Hello there and welcome back to the Warcraft Weekly, the show that brings you all the latest information about World of Warcraft from both within the game and the community around it. In this week's episode, we're going to dive into the in-game events and the Mythic Plus affixes, a deeper dig into the 10.2.6 mysterious Skull and Crossbones flag event thing that was on the roadmap, and why I think it's very likely going to have something to do with the Nightsquall, and we'll talk about the pirates and what the Nightsquall is if you're not sure about that. Then we'll take a look at what the theme for this month's Transmog of the Month competition is, with all the details on how you can get involved yourself. So first of all, let's take a look at what's going on in the game this week. Let's begin with the Mythic Plus affixes. This week is indeed a fortified week, meaning that the trash in dungeons has had some vitamins added to it to increase its nutritional value. Just kidding, it's going to slap you a bit harder and have more health. The first affix to deal with this week is Afflicted, so every now and then in combat, 1 or 2 Afflicted souls will spawn, and they start to cast Afflicted Cry every sort of 30 to 40 seconds. To stop them from doing this, all you need to do is either heal them to full or just dispel them. You may want to consider slightly tweaking your talents this week in order to get a dispel just to help you group out, especially if you go on with classes that don't really have a dispel. And the other affix this week is Raging, so any non-boss enemies, when they get to 30% health and below, they will enrage. They are then immune to CC and crowd control abilities and also do more damage, so you can soothe this off. There's a few classes now that have a soothe ability, such as obviously druids. You've got hunters with trank shot, you can have rogues with shiv, or you could even have evokers with the upgraded depressing roar as well. But yeah, tanks, you might want to just go for a little jog when the mobs get pretty low health. So, this week's main event is the World Quest bonus event, so this is quite a good time for catching up on reps as the World Quests give bonus reputation. There's the weekly quest to complete, where you just got to do 10 world quests. Once you do this, you can pick up a chunky rep token with the faction of your choice. I believe it's 2.5k. So definitely make use of that if you do need to catch up on any reputations, you big slacker. The PvP brawl this week is actually a decent one for a change. It's Comp Stomp, so this is the one where you play against NPCs in Arathai Basin, and it is literally a stomp because the NPC AI is kind of derpy, so it's incredibly easy to just push them back into their spawn, cap all the bases and just farm them for the win. It can be done in just a few minutes if your group has brains, so it's really good for farming honor if you want to get your honor level up for some rewards, or if you're just gearing up a fresh level alt with PvP gear for example. I would recommend jumping into this if that sounds like a plan for you. There's no other holiday events this week specifically, but there is still the Dark Moon Fair. It's active until the 9th of March, so you still have a few more days to make use of that for whatever you wish to use it for. Things like the achievements and the pets and the mounts, and obviously the 10% rep and XP buff. A few quickfire changes this week, so the Season 3 crests are now uncapped, so you can get as many of those as you want. There is no seasonal cap anymore. Don't forget to grab the Tabard of Frost if you do have Amazon Prime. You can get that for free. It's not a Twitch drop or anything, you can just instantly get it. And also, for anyone doing follower dungeons, the XP got buffed. It's basically the same now as doing a normal dungeon. So, if you really are a true kind of solo player, there's no pressure there to do dungeons with other players if that's not your bag. Alright, so let's talk in development. Now, as we know, March is here, spring is nearly here as well, and the first thing on the Blizzard roadmap for 2024 is of course the 10.2.6 Mysterious patch, which has been teased a few times now by various Blizzard employees, and there's already been a ton of speculation on what this might be. So of course the first thing we think when we see this Skull and Crossbones flag is pirates, and one of the big drivers of a lot of these speculations that's occurred so far around this is the inclusion of the book The Return of the Nightsquall from when we got access to the Forbidden Reach when that patch went live. So who the hell is a Nightsquall? He's basically this, famed pirate that's probably the most ST pirate there's ever been on Azeroth, and he's been everywhere, he's accomplished many piratey feats that some other pirates just were simply not equipped for. He's like the end boss of the pirates, and his full title appears to apparently be Dread Admiral Nightsquall. So at the end of the book, The Return of the Nightsquall, the last 2 pages, they basically suggest that the Nightsquall has returned. He's been on some excursion, and he's been going through the seas where there's, monsters obviously, and storms and things that apparently are impenetrable, or they just, wreck whoever tries to go in there. But apparently the Nightsquall has been through, he's seen things that we haven't seen before, and now he's on his way back to recruit some more pirates and go on this new excursion for this new prize that he's got his eyes set on. We obviously don't know what that is right now, but I really do think we're going to find out soon, because the last page of the book says that it all starts with the Dragon Isles, plunder its secrets in the name of Dread Admiral Nightsquall, and from there the world is ours for the taking. So we believe he's going to return. So there's going to be some kind of event. We're not sure what that is. Is it going to be a new zone? Is it going to be some area where we complete some quests and that's it? Or is it going to be like a daily thing? Or like is it going to be a limited time event? Or is it something similar to Island Expeditions? There's a lot of ways they could do this. Hopefully it's not rubbish. You know, I really don't want another, you know, Azerothian Archives dig scenario where we just kind of go to an island, dig for treasure, and then come back and it's kind of, you know, after the first time, not very enjoyable. So the mind really does wonder on what exactly they're going to make this event be. And there's also mention of this other place where we've also not been yet called Avaloran. So people did wonder before the War Within and the 2 expansions after it got announced if the new expansion will be that we go to Avaloran and then it will be a kind of pirate-themed expansion. So that was quickly, by Mikey Barrett at the time, snuffed because he did indeed say no pirates. So if there is going to be some new zone, perhaps that's what it is, but I really can't see a new zone being the thing for a 0.6 patch, you know? It kind of seems a bit of a big thing to put in a 0.6, maybe a 0.5 patch like 10.2.5 like we just got. That does make sense for those kind of updates, but, you know, who knows? If the Nightsquall is going to be something that does lead us into future, probably not expansions, but, you know, future side patches and things, then maybe setting up this story on the Dragon Isles, there could be some mention or some build upon this place called Avaloran, and kind of setting the scene for later on down the line, so who knows. There is of course this mention of recruiting all the other pirates, so perhaps the event will be something where we get involved in that. And maybe we got to go around the world doing favours and things for the other kind of pirate clans? It's not pirate clans. What's the word for a group of pirates? I have no idea. Maybe I should Google that. Maybe the word just is pirates and that's fine. Maybe I'm just delving too deep. Anyways, brain fart aside, what do you think it could be? Let me know in the comments. Let's dive into Community Corner. So a few bits from outside of the game to discuss this week. Now, you may have seen in the news this week the absolute shambles of the Willy Wonka experience that was advertised as this fantastical magical adventure, but in reality it was basically just a warehouse with a few props in there and some kind of bewildered actors. There was a disgruntled parent that left and said that it took him a whole of 3 minutes to experience the whole thing with his family, but he did then say that his wife was quite happy with that because normally the experiences she receives are shorter than 3 minutes anyway. Oh dear. So you can see here some of the images from the event, and it's pretty clear how pants this was, but what I did not expect was that the Warcraft Facebook page would then meme this. And it was brilliant. This probably got a chuckle out of me when I saw this on my feed. What a great meme. I did not think they would do this for something like this in real life, but there you go. Well done, Warcraft Facebook team. Now, you know it's a bit of a meme whenever something goes wrong in a dungeon or there's a raid wipe, we just blame the healers. Of course, it's standard practice at this point, right? But it seems that some healers in particular are taking quite a proactive approach in trying to make the group be nice, as this guy here linked this in his chat before a key started. A blooming slideshow presentation. Now, this thing just kind of leaves you lost for words initially. I mean, it's glorious. And it's only going to do one of two things. It's either going to make you rage and kick the guy, or you're just going to say, you know what? I get it. That's fine. Let's go. We're going to be friends. We're going to get through this. It's going to be fine. Alright, so, Transmog of the month. We've got a new month. It's March. And the Transmog theme for this month is green because, you know, spring's coming. Spring's kind of green, right? I mean, you've got the other colours of the flowers and things, but there's a lot of green going on as well. And also, St. Patrick's Day is in this month, so it just kind of made sense. Thank you to Manders for the suggestion, by the way, on this, because I hadn't even thought about it, and then Manders sent me a little PM, and I thought, you know what, that's a great idea. I put a lot of effort into this, guys. So, if you want to get involved and submit your Transmog for the month with the opportunity of winning the £20 Battle.net voucher, then please do come on over into our Discord. You can join that using the link in the description. Once you're in there, head down to the Transmog section for the Transmog of the Month for March channel. It kind of comes up as like a forum post. Click into that, submit your Transmog there. Do leave us with an item list. So the best way to do this is using the Narcissus add-on. You can get that from CurseForge, or you can go to the thingy direct. And once you've got that, play around with the settings, you'll pretty quickly find how you can get the armor to come up and show what you're actually transmogging, not what your actual gear is, you know? If you make a submission, it will be featured in next week's video, whether you win or not, of course, and the winner will be announced at the end of the month. So, send in your submissions, guys, make it as green as you want, and of course you can interpret that in whatever way that you want. So if you just want to make loads of green gear, if you want to make a nature theme set, that's also cool. Anything kind of greeny, springy themed will go. And the closer you get it to the theme, the more likely you are to score higher in the rankings. And of course, if you use individual pieces of armor as well, not just a complete set, the less of a complete set you use, the better you'll do on the scores. So, good luck with that. So, it's been the past couple of weeks a fairly quiet time in World of Warcraft, but I do feel like the next few weeks coming up, things are going to start getting busier. We've also got the Alpha for the War Within, which is going to start probably within the next month or so, I would imagine. At least the next month or two. I don't think it'll go too far past that. There's going to be tons to talk about and discuss and decipher and pick apart, and I'm very much looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. Please do leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to the channel for more guides and content from World of Warcraft from me. I've been LazyBeast. You have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.